What's up, everybody? Blake here, coming at you with a movie review for The Exorcist Believer. All right, so I hope everybody's having a great day, great night, wherever you are in the world. If you've seen this movie, I hope you enjoyed it more than I did because I didn't care much for this movie, if I'm being honest. I'm just going to jump right in. Now, I'm going to be honest and say that I didn't hate this movie the way a lot of people are hating on it, on social media. Um, I'm not going to sit here and bash this movie over the head. I don't think it's nearly the train wreck that it's been made out to be. But that doesn't mean that I think it's a good movie because I don't. I don't think it's a good movie at all. But I don't think it's a bad movie either. I think it's a movie that just kind of exists. It's like I was telling my girlfriend when I walked out of the theater. I called her and she asked me what I thought about the movie, and because she meant she wasn't going to see it with me. Um, she asked me what I thought about it, and I was honest. I said, honestly, I don't feel anything. Like, I'm just kind of ambivalent to this movie. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't like it. I don't dislike it. I just don't really feel anything. So, going into this movie, I didn't have high expectations. I had already seen the reviews. I knew from the trailers, or at least I had a good inkling from the trailers, that it was going to probably be pretty run of the mill, but maybe it would have some entertainment value. And it does have some entertainment value, but it is very run of the mill. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be, and everything that, or a lot of the things that I hoped it wasn't going to be. And I want to just go ahead and say this: I'm not a big fan of David Gordon Green and his directing. I don't think he's a good director, if I'm being honest. Like I look, I like Halloween 2018. Okay, I think he makes some interesting choices with that movie, but overall, it's a pretty good movie. I had a lot of fun with Halloween Kills. I think Halloween Ends is a piece of shit, and I never want to watch that movie again. I have seen it more times than I care to admit. I've tried to make myself like the movie because I'm a big Halloween fan, but I just can't bring myself to enjoy that movie. I just can't. I think it's stupid. But back to Exorcist Believer. A lot of the problems I have with those movies, I have with this movie. The editing is very choppy, very jump cutty. It's not a word, but you get what I'm saying. Some of the writing is weird. Like, he's not a good writer, and the people that he hires to write on these movies with him are not good writers. I mean, do we really expect good writing from the guy that brought us Evil Dies Tonight? I mean, come on. Do we really expect great writing from that guy? I don't. But you always hope, or at least I do anyway, that filmmakers learn their lessons from past mistakes. And it doesn't seem like he really learned any lessons from mistakes, probably because he doesn't view any of his choices as mistakes. He figures he is who he is as a filmmaker, and it is what it is. And that's fine. If there's people that like what he does, if there's people that like his style, then good for him. He should have a career making plenty of money. But I'm just not a fan. I am not a fan. And I also have no interest in seeing any more of these Exorcist movies. Like, this is the first of a planned trilogy. Like, Blumhouse is wanting to do with The Exorcist what they did with Halloween. And I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't. I don't see how that could work. I have no interest in seeing anything else from Blumhouse's version of The Exorcist. I just don't really care. I hope that this movie bombs so hard that they go back to the drawing board and reevaluate their decision to spend $400 million on this IP and you know just write it off or something, which they probably won't. They're going to try to make their money back. I'm sure there are people that are going to enjoy this movie and want to support it, but I'm not one of them. Now, I'm rambling a lot, but getting into my positives, and I don't have many. For all the criticisms that I have for David Gordon Green's directing style, he does do a good job in terms of getting certain shots and some of his lighting choices. Like he's got an eye for cinematography. Like I think he would be a great cinematographer. Probably a better cinematographer than a director, if I'm being honest. Aside from that, I feel like the acting overall was sufficient. I don't feel like there was any real standouts. The two main girls that get possessed, uh, they were both they were both okay. Um, the one girl, the uh, what was her name? Ah, fuck, I can't remember her name. What was her damn name? I can't remember her name. I hate that I can't remember her name. But the black girl, I thought she was the best. She was definitely given more to work with than the other girl, Catherine. I can remember her name. I know I'm gonna hear it from some people. Yeah, of course, you can remember the white girl's name. Whatever. Anyways, um, but I thought both were sufficient. They were serviceable. They handled their own. I'll also say that there are some creepy images throughout. There are certainly some disturbing moments. Not as many as I was hoping there was going to be, but there are some. That's pretty much all I got. From a writing standpoint, this movie has a very weak plot. It's oddly paced throughout. I didn't really care much for the music. I kind of wish they would have used, the Exorcist theme more than what they did. I didn't really care much for the music in this movie. I felt that the use of legacy characters such as Chris, um, that's all I'll say because I don't want to spoil anybody. I feel like I feel like they were wasted. I feel like the legacy characters were wasted. Like why? Why are they even in this movie? Like at first, like I thought when Chris showed up, I thought, and for those of you that don't know, that's the Reagan's mom from the original Exorcist. When she first showed up, I was like, okay, that's fine, But then she showed up at the hospital where the girls were at, or at least one of them, and then she went to one of their houses, and there was just no reason for her to be there. Like, why are you there? Like beyond like a brief cameo, I don't think she really served any purpose. If I'm being honest, um, and as for the horror in the movie, I mean, like I said, there's some creepy images, there's some creepy moments, there's some disturbing moments, but the horror is overall very run of the mill. It's very generic. It's nothing I haven't seen. And I've seen a lot of horror movies. Like here's the thing, guys. This movie reeks of being a cash grab. Like it's a soulless, and I hate using that word because it's been used to death describing this movie, but it is. It's a soulless cash grab of a movie. That's what it is. And it's disrespectful as all hell to the original. So if you're very beholden to the original, I don't see how you walk out of this movie feeling very pleased with what they do. And I don't like the way this movie ends. The way it ends is shoddy, in my opinion. Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. It's shitty. It's a shitty ending. What happens to one of the girls? Like, I'll admit it was a little chilling, you know, hearing that voice, but overall, it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, why? I don't know, man. This is just a very meh movie, in my opinion. Very meh, very mediocre, very run of the mill. Like, I'm not angry at it. Like, I'm not mad. I mean, if I was more beholden to the original, I probably would be pretty mad, but honestly, I'm just very ambivalent. I don't ever really want to watch this movie again. I don't think I will. I mean, maybe somebody at some point will bring it up and want me to watch it with them, and I guess under those circumstances I will, but I'm not going to willingly like watch this movie again. I have no desire to. As for my rating, sorry I'm nasally, like I'm struggling with a cold. I've had this cold for like over 2 weeks now. It's like, can it just go away? It's not wanting to go away. But as for my rating, like I guess I'll give it like a 2.5 out of 5. Like I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I don't I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't like it. I don't dislike it. I just don't really have any feelings one way or the other. It is what it is. I'll say that this movie is definitely, again, I've already kind of said this, but it's not for people that are very beholden to the original Exorcist movie. Like, if you really, really love that movie and you're expecting this movie to live up to those standards, you are going to be very disappointed. If you're somebody who enjoys just a run of the mill, generic haunted house type movie, you might enjoy this. You know, if you're somebody that enjoys like the Nun movies or something, like you might enjoy this. I didn't enjoy it, but I did not enjoy it either. I was just like, can it just end? You know, can it just end? Like this video, can it just end? I'm sorry I've been rambling so much, guys. It's late. I'm tired. Just trying to get all my points out. But, you know, and I didn't even get into the plot. I mean, it's what is there to really get into? You know, the movie starts off in Africa. You know, we're introduced to Angela. That's the girl's name. We're introduced to Angela's parents, her dad, her mom. Some stuff happens. Won't get into spoilers. Fast forward 13 years, you know, and it's Angela and her dad living together, and we get an idea of their relationship, but we don't really get much with Catherine and her parents. Like, they didn't really want to put much on that. It's kind of weird. but it was the choice they made. And I don't know. You have these two friends, Angela and Catherine. They end up going into the woods. They're apparently getting into some spooky shit, some bad shit, some taboo shit. They go missing for 3 days. Come back and they're possessed by the devil or a demon. And that's that. You know, the rest you can pretty much put together for yourself. But yeah, guys, I mean, 2.5 out of 5. Yeah. See it if you want to. See it if you don't. I don't give a fuck what you do. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And comment below. Let me know what you thought about this movie. Are you going to go see it? Are you not going to go see it? Are you boycotting this movie? Let me know what you think. And until next time, I'm Blake. And hopefully I feel better next time I record a fucking video. Y'all have a good one.